I want to be very honest here and vulnerable for a second and share with you guys where and what it's been like being a survivor of some sort, but then dismissing my own struggles into the bigger picture and putting into perspective a vision of someone that had brain trauma in this world. It's very hard navigating this world with brain trauma, especially when trauma keeps on revisiting you. Because you kind of, when you're in solitude, or when one goes into solitude, when I'm talking about you, I'm talking about me. But when one person tends to go into solitude, they tend to disappear for such a long time. And maybe religion has something to do with it. Maybe. But there's this big false thing that's been bothering me lately. And it's a bunch of these youth people. Like when I was in high school, a lot of the things were different. But I'm 34 now, going on to being 35. And I see a lot of these like influencers, you can call them. I don't know what I'm trying to be, but I'm definitely not trying to be like an influencer because I think about it, like making content, knowing that I have a personality that's very bright. I question if anyone is gonna start to have this social relationship with me. And I don't know if I want that in my life, but I know I can help people in ways. It's a fine line of just understanding who a human is. And the more I think about it, right? I know my room is kind of messy in the back, don't mind that. But the more I think about it is if I don't show who I am to people, then how would people know who I am? You know? And if this advice is talking to you in a way where this feels like a conversation, write it down in the comments below. Because I'm being dead serious right now, and I don't mean this in a way where I'm looking for pity or any of that, but it's kind of been very lonely, this journey of solitude. I've been single now for 6 years. After a breakup that I think ended really tragic, and also I don't want to give it power. I kind of don't want to give that girl no power no more. Because you kind of see people's true intentions and colors come out. Yeah, regardless of whatever it is that one did to one. There's a fine line of a mutual agreement, I think. Because we all understand that life implies the opposite of life. And if it's too deep and too sophisticated and it makes you feel a certain type of way, maybe that's your delusion, not my delusion. And that's the thing, right? We keep intertwining or interfighting with things that aren't necessarily our battles to fight with. Like, I put a whole lot of thinking into things, man. Ever since I was a kid, I used to think about a lot of these things. And I'm going to get deep into it. And I know I'm tossing out words, being self-cautious here. But it's crazy, man. This exact room used to be 2 different rooms. But I remember shooting the video in that side of the room of telling people what it was like living with multiple sclerosis. And I wish I still had those videos, but I don't. And I spoke about what it was like, and then the misdiagnosis of MS turned out to be CNS lymphoma. A lot of it turned out to be me not even feeling my own feelings no more, and it was more trying to be happy for surviving it for other people. It was like a lot of pressure put onto you, man. I remember one time I took a really nasty fall on my bike and dislocated my shoulder really, really bad. And it was really painful. Like, I could have died. But I got home and my mom was like so mad at me. And I was looking, I was like, what the fuck are you mad for? And then it's just, they make you feel guilty for doing stuff, but you learn. You learn through any type of pain. I had brain cancer, like brain. Like, I have scars on my head, scars on my body. But I just walk through it with like, and then people like want you to feel a certain type of way. It's mind fucking to me, bro. Motivate, push through, find your people, find your circle. Find things that make you want to capture life for what life is. Without this whole like narrative of people telling you what it's like to be. Like, I remember too, when I was very bald, I just wanted hair. Like, that's all I really wanted. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, And I grew it out, and people would look at me like, your hair. And I would cut it, and Finally, after the breakup, after I shaved it bald, I just let it grow, and it just kept growing, and it's to this point. It's maintainable if I maintain it. Put it in a bun, I can show my face. But for the most part, I just wear my hair the way I do. There's this thing, and it always happens to me. Something happens to me in my life, and I don't understand the meaning of it. And then I look on the internet or some shit, or I'm searching on the internet or some shit, and then it'll come into my life, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, okay. But then I'll try to have a conversation about that with someone, and I guess they're so consumed in the lostness. It's like they're zombies, bro. I don't know how to explain it to you, and it's sad. But I can be like that too at times, I can be a zombie too. But I pull myself out of it. I don't want to be that zombie. Because it's very, very mind consuming, man. Just being honest here, having this conversation with a camera, knowing I'm connecting to millions of people. If not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the day after. If not the day after, it's going to happen. As long as I keep speaking it and believing it. Because I'm tired of being around the same kind of circle of people that I'm in. Like, the energy is very draining, and I don't know, man. After COVID ever happened, everyone started racing. No one takes the time to fully understand. Alright guys, I hope this video finds you well. As always, my name is Muhammad. This is a raw, candid journal entry video. We'll figure it out. Different days for different times, and different times for different days. Peace and love always.